that, dude. It's like the only two clicks in that whole like middle section I don't like. Let's go. There we go. Jeez. Okay, finally beat that level. So, this is another one of those experiences where the level started out at a... Oh, the GG coming down with the thing was nice. Where the level started out at a solid, no questions asked, 10 out of 10 enjoyment. Like, as I was learning this, I was fucking amazed at how fun it was and how much I was enjoying it. And then I started playing from zero and it became nigh on unbearable, just because there's two like spots in the level where the level just gets stupid hard for no reason. Like, okay, everything up until the duel at 50, aside from the fact that you're clicking super fucking fast, it could pass for like mid to high-end insane demon gameplay, right? It's really just like click sync, know what you're doing. There's very few, if any, genuinely difficult like timings or wave parts. There's like no ship whatsoever, unless it's like a click and hold, you know, type of ship thing, obviously. And then you get to the duel at 50 and shit gets so fucking hard immediately. Like, it blows my mind. Like, okay, there are a few clicks in the beginning that I didn't like and there are a few little tweaks I'd make, but nothing major, right? It was all fine, because it was easy enough. But yeah, you get to the duel at 50, and it's like, what the fuck am I playing? I got it down to a point where it was consistent enough, but the one click at, I want to say 50, oh, it's either 54 or 56. I'll say 54, but it might be 56, where, it could be 55 and I'm wrong. It's where you, as the top thing, become a wave and hold into a cube portal, and as the bottom thing, you hit a red orb. That click, you have to basically, I think you have to buffer into the wave portal. But you also have to hit the red orb late. So you can't hit the red orb too early, or else, yes, the wave part will work, but the red orb, you'll die. You won't make it to the platform. Vice versa, if you try to time the red orb by going a little later, then you don't buffer the wave portal, and you die as you come out of the wave portal as a cube, right? And the way that I got it down, the past few times I've done it, is I just look at the bottom red orb, and just click right in the middle of the orb, and hold. And it worked. I can't tell you it's repeatable or consistent, but that worked for me these past few attempts I've gotten to it. And there were a few other things in that duel I really didn't like. That whole section was really a big question mark. That duel and then the section after it, all the way up until the ship where like the level slows down. That whole gameplay part was kind of a question mark to me. I don't think it was bad, I think it was just poorly play-tested, poorly polished. Because the stuff there, when it worked, was really fun, it just like rarely ever worked. And there were a few parts where sync kind of started to slip and get thrown out the window, and with every other part in the level pretty much being so spot on with the sync, aside from maybe like one or two little tiny minor nitpicks, having a part like that in the middle that is A, such a huge jump in difficulty, and B, just a little bit too out of sync in different ways, didn't feel super satisfying. Everything else in the level was really, really solid. Like I said, the first 50% is pretty much free. You can honestly, if you've beaten a few extremes, you can probably sight read up to 50 in like 100 attempts. Honestly, because it's just click sync, right? Like you can just kind of get off the finger hair. Get off of me. I got my hair cut and there's a bunch of little fucking hair shits all over me. I don't want them becoming splinters. But you could up to 50. It was like really not a whole lot of know-how you needed. Let me count up attempts while I'm talking, right? But there were definitely I just took 2 screenshots. There were definitely some moments in this level that specifically that middle duel that were like, oh my god, and the ending too. The duel that starts late 70s, early 80s. Late 70s, is kind of brutal also, like I want to say 76. That duel's kind of brutal, it works most of the time. I had a few deaths there that I didn't love. The 3-click wave thing is just weird, because it's the way it's structured. There's no, like, good, clear way through that, as with, like, 3 clicks as the wave, you know what I mean? It just felt awkward, it felt really awkward. Everything after that was fine, actually really fun, up until the last duel, after the, like, slow down mini UFO. The last duel, the cube spider duel. I only died there once from 0. I could have definitely died there 0 times from 0. It's not terribly difficult. It's just, like, really weird. It's just really weird. So there were some times I was dying to that in practice, and I genuinely just had no clue what I died to. Like, I would die and I'm like, what did I fuck up? What did I do? Like, huh, what just happened? Why am I dead now? You know what I mean? And a few of them I kind of figured out, right? You had to time the yellow orb before the 2 green orbs. I think it's the 4th to last click. You had to time that pretty early. Not like early. You can't buffer it, I don't think. But you had to time it early. You couldn't go, like, middle. You couldn't go late on that at all, because the spider click up above has to happen early to middle of the orb. So if you do any sort of late timing there at all, you're going to die. I haven't actually done the math. Let me do the math. 1436. 1436, right? Yeah, cool. I don't know. This was really mostly fun, and I'll say if this kind of thing is your kind of thing, I definitely recommend it, but do be wary of the massive, massive difficulty spike at 50, and then just the whole rest of the level is hard. Like, the whole rest of the level is hard. Everything from 50 onwards is easily twice as hard as everything before up until 50. I mean, it's a massive spike. But it was, I did like this experience. I thought this was a fun level. I liked it more than I didn't, so hey, there you go. Yeah, and this was another case of, I was bashing my head against a wall trying to do this last night. I was losing strength in my hand because of the quick CPS needed, so I said, you know what, I'm just going to call it here. I'm going to get sleep buff both for learning the level and for my hand, you know, being able to click. And then, yeah, I came back to this and did it in, what, 15, 20 minutes today? It's really not that bad. It's really not. But yeah, this was a fun one. Overall, pretty solid. I will cut the recording here now. Bye!